Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon and never miss an update from latest Glee.
His brand of cinema is both daring as well as different. His brand of cinema is interesting as well as intense. He always makes an effort to drive home a point with a strong social message with every film he makes. Joining me now, the filmmaker Prakash Jha. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for your kind words. But I don't know. I only am a storyteller.
Yes.
And I try to find good stories and stories which will engage people. That they end up giving some kind of takeaways, is the fortunate part of my filmmaking career. Otherwise, basically it's just trying to tell good stories.
So at the end of the day, they just happen to be interesting and intense? They're quite intense.
Well, as intense as life can be, But that's not the idea. The idea is to tell, engage the mind and tell a good story. That's it.
स्क्रिप्ट मेरी उल्टी हो गई थोड़ी. उसके बाद जो क्वेश्चन था वो ये था कि इतने इंटरेस्टिंग और इंटेंस फिल्म के बाद व्हेन आई सी योर नेम ऑन दिस पोस्टर, फ्रॉड सैया, व्हाई?
Why not? मुंगेरी लाल के हसीन सपने.
करेक्ट.
क्रेजी कुक्कड़.
यस.
दिल दोस्ती etc.
Yes.
So it's not that I haven't, supported or I don't like light comic. When I read the script of Fraud Saiyaan, I was quite surprised.
Correct.
Because, it was brought to me by, my daughter and Kanishk, who had formed a company and who wanted to produce. And they brought this script to me. So I thought, why not? It's engaging, it's nice, it's got a new language, and these two characters can be right,
Okay.
Arshad and Saurabh Shukla. So I liked it, and when I think I like something, why not support it?
What do you like? What seduces you?
Anything which can keep me engaged, anything which can make me laugh, or can make me think, or can make me, react.
की तारीफ राणा भोला प्रताप सिंह.
क्या करते हैं आप?
नहीं.
Is the thought process different for a filmmaker and for a producer, or is it just the same? It's just the engagement of storytelling.
It's just the same, it's just the area where your mind works. Now, this is an area where my mind usually doesn't work.
Right.
But it's not that it doesn't exist. It's not that it is not valid. It's not that it is not entertaining. It is, So, accepting all kinds of truth.
Yes.
Like there's physical truth, intellectual truth,
Yes.
spiritual
Spiritual
truth.
truth.
Every kind of truth is there. And you need to get engaged with whatever
You're talking about
feel
truth.
like.
So what does Prakash Jha knows for sure? What do you know for sure?
That I'm still learning.
Still the process is...
The process of learning is on.
Is on.
That's enjoyable, yeah.
We have seen the trailer. My friends also saw the trailer, and the first reaction that came from them was like, it doesn't look like the Prakash Jha film for the first initial 30 seconds. And when the police and the goons started rolling in, even in this comical atmospheric, they said, no, now it looks like Prakash Jha film.
I don't know. It's just a funny film, it's just a funny film. It's a new take on a real character, who was negotiating several marital liaisons in the heartland of UP, and who was eventually caught. But it was a new, fresh take on a character like that, and good actors, good comedy, and fun film. Why not?
15 दिन का समय दे रहे थे. अपना सारा काम निपटाकर हमारे साथ गृहस्थी बसा लो, वरना हम खुद ही सब कुछ उजाड़ देंगे.
Arshad is one of the best comical actors we have on scene with his fantastic comical timing. But the shades that he is expressing in this particular venture, he is oscillating. At the same time, he's quite grey as well. So how did you handle, what is your take on that?
I have no idea. I loved the character because it has,
Right.
honest, it's loving, at the same time it's a con man, it's
Right.
kind of like he's negotiating, he's getting beaten, all kinds of things are happening with him. I did not go into the creativity of making of this film at all. I was on the shooting kind of location just for one single day.
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That also at the insistence of my daughter, that you have to come, you are the producer of, presenter of the film,
Make your presence felt.
make your presence felt. So I kind of was there for just a day. That's it.
Anything interesting? Any interesting anecdote from that day?
No, I was laughing.
Right.
Arshad is such a good actor, he's a riot.
बनारस में हमारे 5 लाख नहीं अटके होते ना तो हम जोरू की कमाई को छूते भी नहीं। तो हमारे 30,000 का इंतजाम करना था, वो हो गया।
The first thing that strikes me about your office space, sir, is so many books. So books and films both shape the filmmaker as well as the film producer in you?
I don't know. You have to read to know, because I'm curious. I'm curious to know what's being written. I'm curious to know what's even as far as my subjects are concerned, and in general, because I didn't have the fortune of kind of completing my graduation or going to a university or something like that. I lack that thing. So I like reading, and I enjoy reading. Yeah.
Making up now.
Yeah.
Big time. Sir, my last question. How do you see the evolution of cinema vis-a-vis the new mediums that are rolling in? OTT हो या digital platform strong जा रहा है. तो vis-a-vis आप कैसे देखते हैं as a filmmaker? आपके जहन में क्या changes हैं?
See, it's all going to stay together, because now entertainment is available to you, because in your busy life, you don't have the time to all the time sit before a television, spend time, and you're traveling, and in transit you can see the entertainment is coming right into your pocket, and you can binge watch, and you can watch at your own convenience.
Have you binge watched? If yes, what?
I haven't.
Yes.
But you can watch at your convenience. But once the people ask me, is cinema going to be affected? I don't think cinema is going to be affected, because cinema is cinema. Cinema is, it's a means of huge entertainment. Like you go to see big matches in big stadiums. You also see and sit in gully cricket and gully football. It's just like takeaway food.
Yes.
And fine dining.
The basic ingredients don't change.
So, sum total of the matter is that sometimes you are in a rush, so you take a coffee in a cup and you
Correct.
go
And
rush away. But when you have time, you sit
back and enjoy.
Yes. So it's all going to be existing together. What will eventually depend, that only those who will make good content will survive.
Correct.
Those who will not make good content will not survive.
Good content for sure, as a filmmaker also. What is on your platter next?
Well, I have a lot of things next. We have already worked on a couple of things, and I would love to talk about it, but just wait for some time. Let Fraud Saiyaan release, and then we will kind of let
Fraud Saiyaan make some dhamaka as of now.
Invite you one more time, and we'll talk about all that we have done and all that which is there on the plate.
Thanks for your lovely and kind words. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir.